Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's Chris here again. See that big fat smile on my face? Yeah, because I don't got to work today. Because I'm off and I'm going on a trip, and that's exciting to me. It's exciting me to be able to do that today and be able to handle trips in a whole different way, right? Because when I was younger, trips, we made the plans, we just never came through, or something would happen. There's always something going on, and there might be things going on today. I don't know, but my mindset's different, how I handle it's different, and that's pretty neat. So let's talk about today's topic, all right? So for those of you who are new to my YouTube channel, we read out of the Daily Reflections, which is recovery by AA members for AA members, and we reflect on each day. We reflect on the reflection or the entry, which is in here. The Daily Reflections really helped me a lot in early sobriety when I wanted to focus on something other than drinking, something other than where was I going to get the next drug, something other than, man, I wish I could really stop. So they recommended this to me just to have something to reflect on, because even when I wanted to think about other things, I didn't know what other things to think about, because I'd been thinking about alcohol for so long. So today's July the 8th, and today's entry is called An Ever-Growing Freedom. The seventh step is where we make the change in our attitude, which permits us, with humility as our guide, to move out from ourselves toward others and towards God. That's from the 12 and 12, page 76. I'm going to reread that again, okay? The seventh step is when we make the change in our attitude, which permits us, with humility as our guide, to move out from ourselves toward others and towards God. That's from the 12 and 12, page 76. When I finally asked God to remove those things blocking me from Him and the sunlight of the Spirit, I embarked on a journey more glorious than I ever imagined. I experienced a freedom from those characteristics that had me wrapped up in myself. Because of this humbling step, I feel clean. I am especially aware of this step because I am now able to be useful to God and to my fellows. I know that He has granted me strength to do His bidding and has prepared me for anyone and anything that comes my way today. I am truly in His hands, and I give thanks for the joy that I can be useful today. An ever-growing freedom. Recovery, sobriety, just one of those things that never stops giving. Like, the more I put into it, the more I get out of it, and it never stops giving. It never ends. It's forever. It's a journey. It just keeps going and going and going, right? So step 7, last month we were talking about step 6 and getting ready for step 7, right? Step 7 is all about humility. And if you read the 12 and 12, the big book, if you're in recovery long enough, you'll hear over and over and over and over that humility is such a big part of our recovery. It's like getting down from the cross and letting God be God, and letting God help us, letting go of the reins, asking God to help us change those ways, pride, vengeance, scarcity, lack, all these thoughts, right? These thought processes that we had in our head, that I had in my head especially, that just would not, He would put me in a position, He would put me with the people, but Chris could not carry out His will. Chris could not do what God had him there to do, because Chris was blocked off by all these other ways of thinking, ways of being, ways of acting, ways of his habits, things that he just came to the mix with, right? So today, because I've decided that I want what you guys had it, right? that I have decided that I was willing to go to any length for my recovery. I have already done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and now I'm 7. And now I humbly ask Him to remove my shortcomings. Humbly. Whatever that looks like to you, what it might look like to you, what it looks like to me is to get on my knees, to stick my face in my mattress or in the rug. Be like, God, I need you. I can't do this. I'm tired of doing that. I'm tired of watching those. I'm tired of being like this. I'm tired of talking like that. I'm tired of watching my wife cry every night. I'm tired of my kids being frustrated with me all the time. Help me, Lord. Help me be the man. Help me be the person that you put me on this earth to be. And when I was able to do that, then God was able to use me, because He said, okay, I have a willing body. I have a willing body right there that's willing to do whatever it takes to have a better life, the life that I want to give Him, which means He's going to have to let go of some things, but we're going to get through this. See, just because God, I asked God, and He doesn't just, He could zap it right out of me, and He probably does. Yeah, Chris goes and he does the same thing over and over again. He still tunes into the same channels. He still sometimes can't get off of Facebook. All these things. I really try to go on a fast from soda. I made it 0 days so far. And every time I hold a soda, I say, man, fasting is a sacrifice. It's a big deal. For me to be able to fast for a breakthrough, to give something up that I love so much, like soda. Could be Facebook for some of us, so that I could be healed, so I could get a breakthrough, so I could overcome something, so I could get past something without drinking or drugging. Man, I have fasted tons of times, and what comes out on the other side is, to me, is like, whoa, it blows my mind, because a situation will happen where people will walk out of my life. Situation will happen where I'll get a promotion I didn't sign up for, which is cool, right? Situation has happened where I have clarity, where I'm no longer seeking out the things that I used to see, where I can be friends with people now, that I don't have to hook up with everybody I meet. You know, there's a lot of healing that comes from fasting. So step 7, it's a lot like a spiritual fast. It's like, God, remove from me everything. I'm willing to do whatever it takes today for my sobriety. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to be of service to you and others. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to stay in the sunlight of the Spirit, right? So they talked about the sunlight of the Spirit, and I haven't heard it in too many meetings here in Austin, but you know, the sunlight of the Spirit is there. It's always there. The sun's out there right now. On a cloudy day, it's still there. The sun's still there. Even on a cloudy day. When you're in the shade under the tree, the sun's still there. When you're downtown and the buildings are blocking the sun is still there. The sun doesn't ever leave. It's there. But what blocks me off from that sunlight? God doesn't say, okay, you're not going to have sun today. No, God gives me sun every day. What blocks me off? My thoughts, my attitudes, my actions. My unwillingness, my inability to be open-minded, right? Because if I'm not open-minded, I don't want to hear what you have to say. If I'm not willing, I don't want to do anything you suggest. And if I'm not being honest, I'm lying somewhere. I'm either lying to you, I'm lying to myself, I'm lying to my partner, I'm lying to my coworkers. And dishonesty is... There's a reason why it talks a lot about honesty in the big book. It's just, all it takes is rigorous honesty. You have to rigorously be honest. And be like, God, I want to be different. I want to stop drinking, but I can't. I want to stop cheating on my wife, but I can't. I want to stop seeking unavailable people, but I can't. And when I was able to accept that, be able to admit that, then I opened up my world to some help, to a higher power that could come in and shine some light on my life, on my day. Every single time I do it, he never stops. I stop seeking, I stop praying sometimes. I start not asking him for guidance. And those of you who have been on these videos with me enough have heard me talk about those decisions that I've made without him, right? Man. And I've learned a lot. But I don't know if I want to call it lucky. Truth is, folks, I don't know how some people do it. I can't do this without God. I don't know. And I know there's other religions. I know there's other things, other deities that people look up to. I know that there's tons of things. I haven't found one yet that works for me like God does. Maybe you have. That's okay. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying that living my life with the higher power is way different than living it without it, right? And I think the same thing is for you, because then why would you seek out your higher power or universe or your spiritual entity or your spiritual guidance or the people, your best friends or your mom or your dad? Why do you seek them out? Because they have something, they have a knowledge, they have a light that you want, they have an understanding that you can't really find in other people. So this freedom that I have today, I never had it before. I've never had it. The freedom I had yesterday, I never had it before. Today I have an even bigger freedom that I got to wake up whenever time that I wanted today. I got to do my video early. I went to the store already and I bought some snacks for my trip. I got to do a lot of things. And that's a freedom I didn't have yesterday. That's a freedom I didn't have a week ago. That's a freedom I didn't even know I was going to have 6 months ago. So folks, if you're out there feeling like, man, this ain't ever going to be over, it will. Just keep going. Just keep going. You know, they talk about plants here a lot in recovery. And a seed, when we plant it, you know, we read the instructions, it's got to go so deep, right? And the seed could be this tiny, super tiny. And it could be like 6 or 7 feet deep. I don't know. Maybe like that deep. And if the seed's right here, and it's got to get to here, it keeps getting that sunlight, keeps getting watered, keeps going to meetings, keeps sharing the message, keeps growing, it keeps growing. If it were to give up right here and say, man, this ain't never going to get better, never mind, and it keeps going down, it's going the wrong way, right? But if the seed just knows that it's going to get better, they've seen it, it's happening, they've seen it, they feel it, they can almost feel it, it's getting warmer, and then poof, they come out of the ground, and they make a flower. This first little leaf comes out, and then everybody comes out and says, oh my God, my plant's growing. Everybody's happy. My plant's growing. He keeps coming back. Look at him. He's picking up his chip. He's carrying the message. He's got a job. He's met somebody. He's getting married. Oh my God, he has children now. He's bought a house. He's got 2 cars. And whoa. And then this flower but it needs sunlight. It needs water. It needs nutrition. Where do we get that? Unity, service, recovery. We need it all. We need the triangle. I'm not going to do the triangle. But, you know, we need the triangles. I said it. Okay. Unity, service, recovery. That's what we need. That's the food. That's the sunlight. That's the nutrients. That's the water. That's the spirit. All in the middle, in the mix of it all. I mean, folks, we're not alone. There's an opportunity. There's an opportunity for us to get better, to have even more freedom, to be the better version of us, to create relationships that last, friendships that are fun, and have adventures. I'm going on an adventure today. I'm going to Enchanted Rock. I've never been there. Yep, I lived a pretty sheltered life. I call it shelter life. It might be that, I think, in some way, but when you spend every day and every night at a bar, you do miss out on a lot. But I'm so grateful that today I have the freedom to be able to go to Enchanted Rock. The freedom to be able to say, I'm not going to work today. The freedom to go buy snacks. The freedom to wake up early. The freedom to make videos. The freedom to read. The freedom to write. I'm not going to do whatever I want right now. But it wasn't always like that. And I'm so grateful. This program has changed me. It has changed my life. If you're open to it, it can change you too. And it can change your life. Get somewhere. They have this. You can go to AA. You can go to, if you want a 12-step recovery. There's rehabs. There's therapy. And there's also some churches have a 12-step. It's called, man, I can never remember it when I'm on the video and then I'll watch it. It's for recovery, but through the church. And if you have a church, just ask them if they have a recovery program. It's called Celebrate Recovery. That's what it's called. Celebrate Recovery. And that was created by, this guy in California. I'll have to get more into it at some point. This guy in California who went to AA and wanted to bring this message to the church, right? So just a quick history lesson. I know this video is getting long, but AA started with the Oxford groups, right? And the Oxford group was a religious organization. So because Bill W. wanted to carry the message to everybody, even if they were not part of that religion, he got out of the Oxford groups to be able to carry the message of recovery to those who were not part of a church or a religion. So they took this God as we understand him very seriously, right? Not because they didn't believe in God. Bill W. believed in God. I mean, he talks about it a lot. So did Dr. Bob, right? But they also believed that this was a message that they needed to be able to carry to everybody. And before this inclusivity was a big deal, they were before their times, man. They came in, they said, no. We don't want no religious. We're going to use God because we need God, but we don't want no religious organization that's telling us who we can and cannot carry the message to, right? So anyway, they separated from their Oxford groups. But now somebody has come and put this back in the churches exclusively, right, for those who are like Christian or blah, 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 or blah, blah, blah. If you belong to a denomination or maybe you particular church, ask them. And Celebrate Recovery is not for just alcoholics or addicts. It's for people who need recovery from something, from hurts, habits, and hang-ups. That's what they call it. And I can help you with that too if you ever want. I have done that class through my church. It was very, very good, very healing. I love the angle that they came at it. I love that I didn't have to justify my God. That was kind of cool. I love that I got to watch other people heal from hurts that they still had, that they didn't particularly have addictive behaviors because of them, but they still were able to heal from past hurts that perhaps they didn't even know that they had still. So it was pretty neat. I say seek something out. If you're feeling today like you can't seem to get your life together, something's missing, look around, man. Google some stuff. There's a lot of things out there. Listen to your gut, though. Okay, listen to your gut, because not everything that's out here is good. So listen to your gut. So I want to thank you, everybody, for your time. Thank you for hanging in there with me. If you've watched all the way to 18 minutes and 55 seconds, I want to say thank you. Thank you. It takes courage. It takes time. I know your time is valuable. And the fact that you spend it with me, I don't take it lightly. I love you all so much, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.